I have made 100 plushies and... Is it on? Oh. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Zach, aka Crochet Me Zaddy, and I am a crochet content creator, plushie maker, goodamy designer, crochet all-rounder person thing on the internet. You get the drill. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. If you are new here, welcome along. In today's video, we are going to be talking about everything I have prepared for my market. So I've done a couple of vlogs about this, about planning out what I want to do for my market, the updates of what I've done so far for my market, and now my market is this weekend, and so I'm going to go through a run through of all the plushies that I've made, as well as everything that I actually have prepared. First off, we're going to talk about how I am going so far, what my thoughts, feelings, emotions around the market are, how they've changed over time, everything like that. Then I'm going to go into a bit more details about what I've actually got prepared for my market stall and how it's going to look. I will also insert some clips of the finished market result, or like a preparation view, something like that. I'll just insert some clips so you get the idea. And then we're going to go through every single one of the plushies that I have made, as well as the prices that I am doing for said plushies. So how am I feeling so far? Yesterday I actually filmed this entire video already, but because I've got like a little bit of a cold and I was just so burnt out, I was re-watching back the footage and I was like, oh my god, I was like, I look so like just tired and worn out, and I was like, I'm so over this. But after last night where I was just price tagging all the different dolls, I felt really invigorated again, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna refilm the video. So with how I'm feeling right now, there's a mix of emotions. I am excited, I am nervous, I am worried, I am empowered, I am so many different things. And it's just like, with regards to yesterday, I think I was just so burnt out because all I'd been doing for the past week had been like fretting over this market, and is it going to go well? Am I going to sell everything? Are my prices too high? Are they too low? Have I made enough? Everything like that. And it's just like, I just need to remember that this is all just a bit of an experience. This isn't going to be the be all and end all of my brand, my reputation, myself as a crochet artist. And I should just like really live in the moment and have fun with it and just see how it goes. Just have a good time, you know? And one thing that's like really been playing on my mind is more this feeling that everything I've been doing here it's always been so private. It's so like, in a weird way. So I share everything online, but with like people in the physical realm that's not on the internet, it's like, they don't really see what I do. I sit in my room, I make my plushies, sometimes I show my roommate, sometimes I show my boyfriend things. I'm like, look what I made today. And it's like cute and fun, but like, it's always been very much like my thing. And it's such a weird feeling to know that in a couple of days time I'm gonna be like exposing everything that I've made out to the world and have strangers come along and comment on things that I've made. And it's so, that's the thing that I'm finding very weird to wrap my head around. It's like, am I excited that they're gonna see all my things? Am I nervous about how they're gonna comment on things? I don't know what that's gonna be like, and I think I'm coming to the point now where I'm ready to embrace it. Whereas yesterday when I was so burnt out from having to do all this thinking and preparation, everything, I'm just, yeah. It's been a roller coaster. So as you can see, my brain right now is still like, yay, but also yay. So we'll get there, Overall, I'm excited and nervous. Anyway, so with regards to what I've actually got prepared for the market, if you saw my last video, I talked to you a lot of the things that I was planning to get and things that I wanted to get set up for it, and I have a lot of those things now. I'm just going to run through this little list that I've got written down here, but as you might remember, I wanted to approach the market with a concept rather than just being like, here are my items. I wanted to be like, here is this feeling that you get when you come to my market and you see my plushies and you're like, oh, this is cute and fun and I feel this kind of warm, things like that. So I wanted to go for like a teddy bear picnic kind of theme and have that idea of like, people will see my plushies and they get this feeling of like the warm sunshine, the nice fresh air, this kind of like childlike memories and nostalgia. So we're going down that path, and I've got a few of the items here. I have got these like table covers, which look like little picnic blankets in my same like lilac that I use for a lot of my branding. So that's just gonna be like my base kind of color you'll see throughout things. My friend has kindly let me borrow her picnic basket, so I'm gonna be using this as a feature in the middle of my table. So on the inside, I'm gonna put like some toy stuffing and then have like yarn and stuffing and just the tools that I use like popping out of it. Rather than it being like a feature to show off the dolls, it's gonna be a feature to show off what the materials are and start like more or less prompt conversation about what I use to make the dolls that are all over the rest of the table, you know? So I think that'd be kind of cool to be like, oh, look at this like exploding picnic basket of materials, and these are the dolls that were created from this magical basket, you know? I think it's cute. In addition to that, I also got these little wicker baskets here. So these I'm gonna be putting some plushies in, but I'm not just gonna be putting them on the table. I've got these little pegs that I'm using for my pegboard, and I'm actually gonna be like inserting them into the gaps here. And then I'm gonna hang these baskets on my pegboards next to my other keychains and things. So it's like another place that'll like create some kind of like interesting dimensions where people can see like dolls sitting in them. Just like put that in there so that can sit up on my pegboard as well. So yay! I also, oh, where did I put them? I also got these photo frames here. So these are what I'm gonna be putting all my branding into. My name, a QR code, other little bits of information. I've got like smaller ones as well. And these are also gonna hang up on the pegboard. People will be able to see my name, my brand. They'll see another one that'll be like about the artist and explain where I've come from and how I got into crochet. And there'll also be like a few other smaller ones, which will be kind of like one, which will be like a warning sign being like, please don't play with all the dolls, they are delicate, or something like that, just so parents know to tell their kids to be like, stop. And some other ones to talk about the different attributes, like these are handmade and soft and cute. I don't know. They'll be dispersed throughout the actual market stall. You'll see what I mean once I've actually given you some more imagery around it, but that's the idea that we're going for. And then last but not least, I have decided that for my pricing and my price tags and things, so in the last videos, I was talking about doing pricing in a way of doing it like as in different tiers. So you would have like my buddies would all be in this like supreme or deluxe tier, and then I had my keychains all on this other tier. And as time's gone on, I've realized that it's probably better just to price every doll individually. And I know it's a lot more work to go through and give every single doll its own individual price tag and pricing and try to remember those in like a catalog for when I'm actually putting through the sales and whatnot. But I think looking at them all, because so many of the plushies are so different in how long they take and the techniques they use, like that you need to use for certain ones, and just like the materials they all use, it's just like a lot. So I decided that I would go for individual prices for each of the plushies, and I am putting my care cards on little paper clips, and I'm also putting a little pricing tag on each one, which I did a lot of last night. I have a little pricing gun, so that was like $30 or something like that. So I just like put little stickers on every single one, so I didn't have to like write it out and whatnot. And I just think that's an easy way to go about it. So there we are. I also have my square reader, so that's all set up as well. And I think apart from that, I think everything's ready to go. Okay, so here's a little rundown of my stall setup so far. I have got the gingham picnic blanket tablecloths, which look so cute. I think they're just like a nice pop of color in amongst everything that'll be going on in the craft market, as well as like the rainbow assortment of all my plushies anyway. I've got the nice little tiered standings, so for now I've just put like an assortment of each of my buddy types on each one, just because they all look amazing. And then I've got all the little pals and smaller buddies kind of around the bottom area here. And for now, I've just put this basket here because I didn't really know where to put them. I was going to try to attach them to the wall. I'm just having a little think first. But they're just kind of sitting in this basket as like the assortment of too big for a keychain, but too small to be on the stands, you know? Anyway, I also have the picnic basket here. So this table is slightly smaller than what I actually have at the market. So I've just put the picnic basket in the background just so you get the idea. But once again, I said I was going to fill this with like materials and have like yarn and stuffing and stuff bursting out. So it's kind of like this magical picnic basket. And
these are all the creations that came from the said materials, you know? And then over here, I have got my wall. So I haven't put anything down the bottom yet. I'm just unsure because that's still like the table height and I don't really know what I want to put down there. So I'm just still thinking about that one. But for now, I've got all my keychains just hanging about up here. So they're all looking really, really, really cute. And then this is the feature that I was talking about where I've actually put like, so it's these little pegs that I put in the pegboard, but I've like stabbed them through these little baskets and I've got my plushies just like hanging about like on those baskets. So I think that's very cute as well. And now in these big spaces, as you can see here and here, these are where I'm gonna put some photo frames with my branding. So where is it? This isn't the big one, but I'm gonna put this one here and it's gonna be like a little about me and about the artist. And then there'll be like a large one that'll go here. And that'll say Crochet Me Zaddy and a little QR code to my Instagram. So yeah, it's looking pretty snazzy. I'm pretty happy about it. So very excited.
Fingers crossed I've got everything done correctly and prepared and it's all gonna go smoothly. Next up, let's talk about the plushies that I've made. So I made exactly 100 plushies for this market. And we're gonna go through and just do a quick stock take whilst also talking about how much I'm pricing them for, and yeah. First up, we're gonna go through all these plushies here. These are all my kind of keychain size plushies. They all took me roughly around half an hour, if not less, if not like a little bit more to make. And I have them all kind of in the same kind of pricing. The way I've done my pricing is a more or less an hourly rate plus the materials cost plus like a little bit of a markup, so I'm actually like, so I feel like I'm actually benefiting from what I've done, you know? I know that my pricing, it might seem like a little bit higher. One, it is going to be in Australian dollars, but I will put up the US equivalent so people can kind of gauge in their own currencies. And I also want to just reiterate that with pricing, it's something that I have decided I really want to be, like, stand my ground on it. I mean, I might lighten up as the market goes on, like if nothing is selling, but also I really want to stand my ground and say, this is how much time and effort I've put into these plushies. This is the material costs, and I also need to make some kind of profit on these. So this is what they're going for. And I think I would rather wait for the right customers rather than undersell what I've made, because everything I've made I'm really proud of. Like, I think my plushies are a good quality and I think they deserve to be going at a price that means I would actually be getting that value back for what I've put in, you know? Anyway, that being said, here are the plushies. I'll also leave the patterns down below so you can see, you can go find them yourself and go support those artists. So, okay. First up, I have got these little Leggy Froggies. I have made 6 of these and I put them all in keychain form. I have 5 green ones. And then I have 1 yellow, because for some reason I made a yellow one when I was first trying out the pattern, and I just decided green would like look better, but we have this one like special yellow one just to hang out, you know? So they're all gonna be $30 each. So each one of those, $30 Australian. Then we also have my little mushy boys. So I have 12 of these. I have done each of them in a pair. I have 2 purple mushy boys, 2 dark green mushy boys, 2 light blue, 2 in the classic red, 2 in the pink. Sorry, I am so mature. 2 in the pink mushy boys. And then 2 green little mushy boys, and they are all $30 each as well. I then have my little Flockers, and I have made 2 galahs. I don't know why, I just changed the color of the pinks in one of them. I didn't realize it was a different pink, but whatever, here we are and they look fine. So they're also $30 each. I also made 2 cockatoos using the Lil Flockers pattern, and they are going to be $30 each as well. I made 1 baby stingray, so I made a bunch of bigger ones, like I'll get over to these later. But I only made 1 little one, which I will also sell for $30. There was something about the construction of these stingrays where I thought it was going to be like a fun thing to make, and for me personally, it just was. I don't know, there's something about like crocheting the 2 pieces together around the sides that it wasn't vibing with me. I don't know, other people might really enjoy making them. Maybe there's a different way to make a stingray. it's cute. I don't argue with that. I just wasn't enjoying making them, so I stopped making as many even though I planned for more. So, whatever. And then I made a bunch of little baby axolotl from Crochet Grove's pattern. So I should have 6 of these, which I still need to attach some key rings to them. So I've got one in like the brownie colors, blue, purple. I have one in pink, one in green, oops, which I have attached. And then one in the gold and yellow colors. Very, very adorable. And they all took me about half an hour each, and I'm also once again selling them for $30. Now we come to the things that I think I will sell for slightly cheaper. I'm gonna be selling these ones for $25 each. And these are my little pocket kitties. If you remember this is my little leopard cheetah one that I made. But I'm also gonna turn these into key rings after I've done this video. And I've made 5 of these little pocket kitties. And they're all gonna be $25 each. Last but not least, I have these little baby dinos and will also be $25 each. I have made 2 of them. I haven't made a mouth on the other ones. So I still need to finish that little one, and then I've made 2 little naked ones because they need spikes and a mouth, and once again they're gonna be $25 each. That's that for the keychains and things. So let's do it. Now we're moving on to the slightly bigger dolls. They're still pretty small in comparison to most of my own designs, but they're also the ones that all roughly took me like an hour to make. I've got the stingrays that I talked about. I made 3 of these, 3 little stingrays. I'm wondering if I'll give them a little mouth as well. I'm not too sure, but in comparison to the other one, you can see they're just much larger, and I'm gonna be selling all of them for $40 each. I have these little squids from All From Jade, which I was absolutely addicted to making, and I really wanna make more, and if I have enough time, I will probably make more because I've still got tomorrow to go. I just wanna get everything done and sorted, and then if I make any last minute additions, I will. So I've made 6 of these, and I've given them all their own colors each, but look at them! Look at them! They're just so cute. I'm doing each of these squid for $40 each as well, because they all took me about an hour to make. And I went for a little rainbow assortment of squids, so if I do any more, I'll probably just add another color in there. And then last but not least is actually a pattern that I'm coming out with in the next few weeks. I just wanted to, I designed it, and then I wanted to finish the market before I go into pattern testing. So these are my little Christmas trees. Reveal! And so I made these little Christmas trees. I think they're absolutely adorable. They're pretty much no-sew because it's only the star that you're attaching to the top. It's just cute. It's just so cute. I will work on this pattern after the market, but I'm taking these 2 along anyway, and I'm gonna sell them for $40 each as well. I don't know if I put them on keychains or key rings or anything, because they're all kind of like a little bit bigger than all the other little ones. So like in comparison to a mushy boy, they're just like marginally bigger. And I don't know if that made them like too big to be on the keychains. So I don't know, I'll think about that one. That whole basket, all $40. Now we're gonna get into the bigger items, which all of these coming up, I think, well, the majority, yes, no, all of them are my own pattern designs. So this is the ones that I really wanted to focus on and really do more of a showcase of, like, these are my designs and these are ones that I made with a lot of love because 1, I designed them, and 2, I made them. Anyway, these bags that I've got here that are suffocating my poor children, they are my old stuffing bags. I have these bags of polyfill. Ding. And when they're empty, I just keep them because why would I waste their plastic? And I'm using them as like my little doll sacks. And so I'm using them to transport all my dolls to and from the market. So they turned out really handy. So I'm kind of glad I just kept them all. So now we're in this area. So I'm gonna just go through these little buddies. These are part of the Little Buddy, Little Garden Buddies collection. These are the little ladybug buddies. And I have 2 of them, and they're gonna be $75 each. I have 2 butterfly buddies, which will also be $75 each. And then I have 2 of the snail buddies, which will also be $75 each. And now they all took me about just over 3 hours to make, so that's why they're at that price. Also, in addition to that kind of sizing of little buddies, I have my bat buddies from Halloween, probably one of my most successful patterns this year, because look at it. It's just so cute. Anyway, so I still have the 3 bats from Halloween, so I will also be selling them all, and they will be $75 each as well. Then we come into my other body shape, which is the pal patterns. So I have my little bunny pal, my first ever pattern. Yee! Isn't this cute? Anyway, the little bunny pal, I'm doing that for $60. As well as this little angel one that I've got, which is Donut the Angel. Did have a little devil counterpart, which is now living at the house of, I think it's at Andrea's house from Wickedly Handmade, so a shout out to Andrea. Then I have my little goat buddy, also $60. And then I have 3 of my little cow pals. Aren't they adorable? I love this little pattern. It's so cute. I love the chocolate one the most. It's my favorite. My favorite little pal. Hey. So once again, all $60. My little deer pal, which I made last Christmas, also $60. Little kitty pal, aka little tiger pal, which I will also do for $60. Don't know if I'm gonna keep the whiskers as black. I think I might actually just change them out, because also one of the whiskers looks kind of weirdly inwards. Like, why is this so far cropped? I don't know, I'll redo that one. I just know I will. And then I have my 2 platypus pals. I have one in the classic colors, and then I have one which is like, it's meant to be Perry the Platypus from Nickelodeon, and he does also have a hat, but I still haven't like woven in the ends of the hat. I think I might just literally attach it to his head, so it becomes like a little secret agent Perry, which I'll also just do for $60. Out of all of those ones, I've got all the bigger little buddy patterns, all $75, and these ones are all $60. Okay, this is my biggest bag yet, because this is all the buddy pals. There is quite a lot of them, but that's because this is the pattern that I make the most out of all my dolls. As you can see, I've only got 2 still up behind me because I will be putting up the rest for sale. I have that one there because that is my favorite little prized possession, my little explorer bunny. And then I have this little devil because I accidentally damaged the feet and I didn't feel okay selling that one. So that one's now just a display item, just gonna be forever hanging out with me. First up, we have my little deer buddy. So this little pattern just came out yesterday. I love this pattern. It is one of my favorites. I think it's gonna go forever down as one of my best designs yet. It's like a bit more of a complicated design because like the individual headpiece is sewn on. You got the antlers, the ears, the arms, the color changes, the belly, everything like that. The little tail, I have decided that I will be selling this one for $130 each. And I have the 3 of them. Next up, I have my little Baphomet buddy, which is also a bit of a complex design, or a bit more of a detailed design. This one, I mean, it's a little bit simpler than the reindeer, but still took me a while to make, and I decided that this one I also just want to try a shot of selling at $130, and I have the 3 of these, so let's give it our best shot. Let's see how Baphomet does at a market. I don't know if people are going to be coming over being like, why is there a satanic doll on your table? But also, like, this country isn't like that religious, so I don't think anyone would care. They probably wouldn't even bat an eye. They'll be like, is that cute devil thing? Then I've got my little pride patterns. So I've got my 3 unicorns here. So I've got my, I was gonna say generic pride. I've got my, like, the classic pride colors, so just the little rainbow unicorn. I've got my bi pride unicorn, and then I've got my trans pride unicorn as well. So those ones are all gonna be $110. Next up, we have another favorite pattern of mine. We have my little squirrel buddy. I absolutely love this pattern. This one was something that I've been like wanting to make for so long, and when I finally made it, I was like, perfection. So these are my little squirrels, and they're just like the most adorable things. I mean, the tail does take like a little while to get through because it is like such a large piece. It's probably larger than the body, but I've got the 3 of these little squirrels crawling all over me, and I will also be selling these for $130 each just because of the time and effort and the love that goes into them. So put them over here. A pattern that I released last week, I have my little dino buddy. So I've got 3 of these little dino buddies to put up for sale. This is one that I just finished yesterday, so I haven't even shown it anywhere else on social media. I should try get a video with it, But this one's an absolute little cutie, and I've got my green and purple one, and my blue and yellow, and these ones will also be $110, just like the unicorns. Next up, I have the other two devils, the ones that weren't damaged. It's because there was a plant, it had like, there was like a flower on the table when I was taking photos of them, and like the flower dropped like, I don't know, like little pollen bits. And so on the bottom of the feet of the purple devil, these little pollen bits like stained it orange, and I tried to like wipe them off with like a little bit of water, and I just like destroyed the bottoms of them. So they're like this weird brown matted fabric, and I'm like, so never mind. Anyway, so I've got two more devils. So these little cuties will be going out for sale, and they are both going to be $99 each. Then I have my little kitty buddy. I've got 4 little kitty buddies, and these ones will be going out for $99 each as well. An absolute cutie. And then last but not least, one of my just like favorite all-time patterns, my first of the buddy collection patterns. Ding! My little bunny buddies. So I've got 3 of these going out for sale. So I've got a little yellow one, a little chocolate brown one, and then this cute little one with a little sweater. So there's like little bits of fluff everywhere, but here we are. Aren't they cute? So very excited. These two I made when I was designing the doll, and then this little last one I just made a couple of days ago. So very cute, but I'll be selling these for $99 as well. Stack them all on top of those because I've run out of space. So that's everything for the buddy collection. So I've got my keychains, my slightly longer but not quite as large dolls. I've got my pal collection and my smaller buddies collection, and then I've got my normal buddies collection here. So how many dolls that is, I'm not too sure, but we'll put a little tally on the table right now. But in addition to all these dolls, I actually have another little segment to show you, and these are just kind of random dolls that I have. I'm gonna call it like the Assorted pack, and these are either like pattern tests or just plushies I made one of, and I just am gonna bring along with me and see how they do. Da-da-da-da. Deep in this bag I have this little elephant, Marshmallow the Elephant by Drewby's Zoo. So this was a pattern test I did, and I did in this like very fluffy honey bunny pink, and it's just, isn't it adorable? This is so cute, and I decided that I would sell this for, I think I put it out for $99. I did, $99. Then I have this Rainbow Echidna, which was a labor of love. This is a pattern by Crow with the Flow, and I wanted to do it in black and pastel rainbows, and it is so adorable. I just love how this one turned out. An echidna is an Australian animal, if you don't know what an echidna is, but you can go look that up yourself. Because this one was like so technical and had so many little bits and pieces to it, I decided that I want to sell this one for $120. Another one of Drewby Zoo's pattern test patterns, I've got the Bunana, which is this little bunny in a banana skin, which is one of my most popular videos on Instagram, and it's just so cute. Isn't that adorable? We love it. We absolutely love it. And that one I'll be selling for $80. Once upon a time, I really wanted to make like a bunch of vegetables, and I made these two like radish turnip things on TikTok Live. There's no faces or anything on them. They're more or less just like a pair of turnips. I don't know, I just have them. So I decided I was gonna sell them as a pair for $80 as well, just because they're so big and funny. And I feel like this is something I just want to like fully lob at someone. Like, I don't know. Anyway, I'm selling these two radishes. Turnips? Radishes. I have by Goth Fairies Creations this little mushroom fairy house, which I will sell for probably, I think I'm gonna sell for about 50, just because of like the time it took and the materials used, and it's just like a cute little addition, just for like with little fairy creatures. I think this would look very cute if it went with like a little like one of my little butterfly buddies or something like that, like one of my little garden buddies collection. I could make little matching houses. Yeah, I have this pink dog, which was a pattern test for Kai's Creations, I believe it was. Sorry if I got the name wrong. This little pink dog, I think it's called Zoe the Puppy, and this one I'll be selling for $120. I also have this platypus, which my boyfriend absolutely cackled at when he was like, what do you mean a platypus? And I'm like, it's like a giant teacup, right? With like the tea bag label hanging out. And then you open this little button here and you pull out this platypus. That's why it's a platypus. get it. He said that is fantastic and he absolutely loved it. And we're going to be putting this little platypus out there for about $100 just to see how it goes. Although this one, there's like a lot of like fluffy loose ends on the inside just because of the yarn I use, so I don't really know, but we'll figure it out. That pattern is by Rasmus and Resin. And then last but not least, one of my discontinued patterns, my little bug pal. So originally when I was doing a lot of the pal patterns, I really wanted to do something that was like a bit of a butterfly or a bug kind of thing, and I made the little bug pal, which was, it was like once again, it's just like the little garden buddies, but you would make one that was either a butterfly or like a little dragonfly. And this little cutie here is the butterfly one, and it's like a little monarch version because it's black and orange. And I want to sell this for about $80, just to see how it goes. And yeah, so I think that's everything for the plushies that I've made for this market. I should have about 100, if not literally just 100. I will count after this video. I should have a little tally up here somewhere. And there might be a few more I might add into the mix. Like I have this little ladybug buddy here, which is almost done. I just need to add the 2 spots there. Apart from that, I'm feeling pretty sorted. I think 100 plushies for a 2-day market is a pretty good amount of stock. Once again, this is my first time ever doing a market. I don't know how it's gonna go. I don't know how big this market will be. It's their first time doing this market, so it's really gonna be like a bit of a gamble, but I'm excited to just jump in the mix and see how we do. I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who has helped me along on this journey, everyone who's been sending kind words of excitement, words of pride, everything like that. It's been so lovely to receive these messages, and I'm so excited to do this market. And without that kind of support, I don't think I'd be as excited and prepared for it. I also just want to say a huge thank you to my boyfriend. He has been so helpful in getting me prepared for this market. He has been the mastermind behind creating a concept and essentially organizing me to get organized. I am not the most organized person, and he has been so helpful and supportive and just like really gearing me up to be the best vendor I can be. Also, a big shout out to my friends Mike and Adam, who came around and helped me put some weights on the end of my pegboard so it doesn't just fall forward. Very, very helpful and very, very kind of you guys to do that as well. Also, a huge thank you to all my Patreons who'll be running up the screen, sorry, the side. They have been an absolutely beautiful community. I love and adore them so much. So thank you for all your support for everything I do over here on YouTube, on the socials, for my market, everything like that. It's just so wonderful. You guys are thebomb.com. So, and also thank you to everyone coming along and viewing these videos. I feel like I'm giving like a huge speech. I guess I am. I'm just very thankful. What's wrong with that? Anyway, I think that's all for the video. So if you like this kind of content, please give it a like, a comment, a subscribe. Tell me what you think. Give me more give me more kind words of encouragement. What would you do? What do you think of this? What do you think of my prices? What do you think of my plushies? I don't know. Comment your favorite plushie. And I think that's all. So I'm gonna wrap it up because my brain is fried. I've just been talking for about 50 minutes straight and I need to go have a coffee. Thank you so much everyone for hanging out with me, and I will see you after the market. Eee! I'll do a video on what sold well, how it went, and everything like that. So very exciting things coming ahead. Okay, that's all. Bye.